Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. I'm Anton, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Wow, that is a mouthful. So before we get started with the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see future videos on the channel. And let's get started. The new Super Mario Bros. Series is extremely popular and has been on the last couple of Nintendo consoles. The series obviously began in New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS, then there was New Super Mario Bros. Wii, followed by New Super Mario Bros. 2, and then New Super Mario Bros. U. The series began to become very saturated at one point because New Super Mario Bros. 2 and New Super Mario Bros. U came out extremely close to each other, and they didn't really do anything different from each other. They were kind of similar and pretty basic. New Super Mario Bros. U was obviously the launch title for the Wii U, but it didn't really do anything to advance the series and set it apart from the New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Pretty much if you had that game, then why would you buy New Super Mario Bros. U? Pretty much the big difference was the graphics, and it would be in HD, but it didn't really even show off the graphical capabilities of the Wii U, so it didn't justify buying a new console. In 2013, New Super Luigi U released for the Wii U as DLC, and it also had its own physical copy. There was also a bundled-in version where it would come with both games. This was obviously done in the year of Luigi, and I think it was pretty cool. Since then, the New Super Mario Bros. Series hasn't really been doing anything for quite some time. But in the beginning of 2019, Nintendo released New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. The Wii version had sold around 6 million units worldwide, so it wasn't really a flop by any means, even if it was inflated due to the Wii U system bundles. Pretty much this game is the same as any new Super Mario Bros. Game. The story is the same old Mario going to destroy Bowser after he kidnaps Peach, pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much a copy of New Super Mario Bros. Wii with new levels and some brand new things to make it slightly different. The physics are a little weird. Like, the New Super Mario Bros. Physics are definitely different. They feel more stiff and imprecise. It takes a while to get used to them. I feel that Super Mario Maker 2 has a definitely better physics compared to this game. I know that Super Mario Maker 2 incorporates Super Mario Bros. 3 physics and Super Mario World, so it is a little different, but playing the new Super Mario Bros. U mode on that definitely feels a lot better. There also is a spin jump if you're pressing A in the air. The same move can be pulled off with the L and R triggers. This was a problem. I did not really like this at all, as it was really annoying if I want to jump in the air and by accident I do a spin jump and it just throws you off. But this can be changed by holding down the L analog stick. So you just press it and then you press the ZR trigger at the same time on the title screen. It is pretty weird that it just isn't an option, because that means every time you want to go into the game, you have to do that, so I don't really like that. But as long as the option is just there, I guess, so yeah, I would have liked that to be implemented a little bit better. And they don't even tell you that in the game, so it is quite annoying. In terms of the levels, they are really well designed. If you love 2D Mario and levels like that, this game is perfect for you. Most of the level concepts are from previous Mario titles, so you'll definitely see some kind of throwbacks, and there are some new ideas and concepts with like lights, and you'll see seesaws, like different ideas. I do like how the levels kind of focus on a couple of mechanics or course parts in each of them, and it makes each level feel extremely unique, and I think that's really cool because a lot of the same themes are definitely used over and over, but I find that the course parts are always kind of different in each one, and the focus is different. And also the star coins. You can collect them in hidden places, as there are a lot of unique pipes that go to different areas, and they can lead to a star coin. Some of these star coins are easy to get, and some of them are very hard, so I think it's not just about finding the star coin, but it's also about figuring out how you're supposed to get it. So there might be some tricky platforming you need to do, or solve a puzzle, so it's pretty cool. And if you like collecting things and trying to 100% complete a game, this will definitely make you happy, as there's a lot of content if you want to collect them all. Of course, you have Untitled levels, bosses. The bosses are really boring. I didn't find them too interesting. They were really easy to beat. Even just Mario, not any characters that make it easier or harder, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, the boss battles are really easy, really lame. They aren't that interesting. Like, to be honest with you, they mostly just got annoying and in the way, and the levels that you have to complete to get to them are a lot harder than the boss battle themselves, and more interesting too. So yeah, I just feel like the boss battles are just a waste of time, but they're still okay, and some of them were actually quite enjoyable. In the game, there are a couple of different characters to choose from. You have Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Blue Toad by pressing the L trigger when you're selecting Yellow Toad. And you have Toadette and Nabbit. Toadette is the easier character. She can transform into Peachette with the Super Crown, because Peachette allows you to have the squirrel suit. So there's some differences, but it basically is a squirrel suit, and we'll talk about what the squirrel suit is and the power-ups later. Nabbit as well, he cannot take damage from enemies, and he's a very relaxing character, so if you have someone that's less experienced or just wants to join in the fun, or you just want to play some of the harder levels in New Super Mario Bros. U or New Super Luigi U, then you can go ahead with Nabbit. I think it's really nice that they did that. The main new power-up in this game is the Super Acorn, which gives you the scroll suit, allowing you to glide through the air and latch onto walls, and you can also get a mid-air boost as well. The P-Acorn allows you to infinitely make boosts to fly across the stage, so it's pretty much the more overpowered version. However, you will get this for a small amount of time, so it's not overpowered or anything like that, even though it technically is. Only Toadette, however, can utilize a Super Crown, so it only affects her, so don't think that you're going to turn Mario into some kind of princess, or Luigi. I mean, that would be really cursed. A lot of the power-ups in the Super Mario Bros. Wii make a comeback. The Propeller Mushroom doesn't come back, and a couple others, but there's like the Mini Mushroom, which doesn't make that much of an appearance. Like, it's only in a couple of levels, and you can grab it from the Toad houses. In terms of the themes, they're all pretty generic. They're from previous Mario games and new Super Mario Bros. Games as well. They do look nice, and I love the moving backgrounds of the parallax scrolling. I think they look very colorful. The world map is also nice, and the enemies and items are a cool idea, but they can get quite annoying to deal with, especially when you have a lot of items, and there's like this one part in the snowy area where the acorn just goes around and around and around, and if you decide to get rid of it, then it's just a really annoying process. In terms of another theme, I also love the Van Gogh inspired theme. It looks amazing. I would have loved to see this more, or used in the entire game, because I think it was a cool concept, and they definitely experimented, but I think they could have took this a little bit farther. In terms of the difficulty, of course the characters can help with that, but the game can be decently hard at times with Mario. Obviously, if you fail a certain amount of time, then you can actually skip the course, so they do make it easier. There's even the Luigi guide which shows you how to do it, and you can even skip the course once you see that too. But I also did figure out with Peachette how to infinitely farm lives. It was really easy. So there are kind of those things that you can figure out how to get like 99 lives, and it makes the game extremely easy. You also have the Star World as well, which has way harder levels, but you need to collect all the star coins in a single world to gain access to them, which I found pretty annoying. That means I have to go collect them all just to play one level, which is hard to begin with, and there's not much of a reward for doing that. I don't know, I just didn't think that was worth my time to go and do that. Co-op as well is really nice. You can play with friends, and it's really cool. However, the levels aren't designed with a multiplayer focus in mind, which I think is fantastic, because that means that the levels aren't open or made for 4 players, and that makes the game feel like they obviously made it for a single player perspective, which I think is how most people will play this game. So I think it's really cool, and it gets chaotic, especially when playing a lot of these levels that aren't just built for multiplayer, which I think is fun, so that is really nice. New Super Luigi U is another mode. In this mode is basically the same game, but just with different levels, and you have physics that are from Super Mario Bros. 2 that Luigi has. Obviously, the levels are now shorter, and time is limited to 100 seconds, so it definitely is really cool. It's a great challenge for more experienced players, but if you also want to play the game, you can use Nabbit, and that's how you can play the game a lot easier. So they do give you those difficulty modes as well. And the world map though is the same and boring, and I wish they would have changed it or made it a little different. It just feels like it's kind of rushed, almost. And I mean, it was just DLC, but some people justify New Super Luigi U as a whole different game, and I don't really think it is like that. I feel like it's an add-on or an extra, but I don't think that justifies the full price, which we're going to talk about that later. The graphics in the game look fine. It's nothing mind-blowing. It was underwhelming even for a Wii U launch title. But like I said, the game looks nice and colorful, which I think is the main thing. I think the color theory they did is really nice. The music as well is just, it's okay. The Overworld tune is way better in New Super Mario Bros. Wii in my opinion. And they just use the same melody and tunes over and over again and repeat it in multiple levels. So it doesn't sound like each level is really unique. It just sounds like, oh, it's the same thing again, the same thing again. I don't know, they reuse it too many times. The theme just gets really boring after a while. And a lot of these tunes also were ported from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So they were kind of lazy with the music part, because I feel like with Mario music, always really good, but with this one, it's kind of just meh, it's okay. It could have used some more new tunes. The world theme is also really bland. It only changes slightly between the worlds, and it's not that interesting either. It's really boring, so I don't know what they did with the music, but I kind of expected better from a Mario game. The challenges are another mode that you have in the game. They are fun and a cool twist on the Super Mario Bros. Formula. You unlock them as you complete them, so it's a pretty cool progression. The boost challenges using the gamepad are also removed in this game due to obvious reasons that you don't have the gamepad, and I don't think people really played those. I don't know, but they're not that fun, so to me it's not a huge downer. Next we have Boost Rush. In this mode, you try and get to the end of the course as fast as possible. The screen auto-scrolls, and you collect coins to increase the auto-scroll speed. It's a really fun mode, and it can get addicting to try to beat your score, so it's really fun. And we have Coin Battle, which this is the co-op mode, which you can play with 4 people. Whoever collects the most coins wins. Pretty basic. And you can also place the coins yourself. You also have video and hints, which shows you impressive speedruns. These are really cool guides to see what kind of things you can do in levels. Now, other than Peachette, the game has only changed its UI to make the game look nicer. There's no new levels or new things that really set it apart. In fact, it probably just lost a lot just because it doesn't have a boost mode from the Wii U with the gamepad. That means it's kind of less, but then it also is portable, which makes it better, but still. There are no new levels or anything, and I don't think it really justifies the Deluxe name. I do like that instead of, because I know you can use the Wii U Pro Controller and the Wiimotes. I never really liked those, but now you can have a bunch of more comfortable controllers to play the game with friends, and you don't have to use the gamepad. So that is definitely nice. I guess you could say, like I said, Luigi U's an old another game, but I don't think that's worth the full other price tag. In terms of my pros, I think it's great for speedrunners, great for family fun co-op. It's a great handheld game, probably the best version of the game, and the levels are amazing. It's overall a really polished experience, except for the loading screen, which is kind of weird, because it just freezes. I don't know about that. Like, when you're loading into the game, it should be fast, but yeah, the animation just kind of stops while loading. But overall, the game is really generic, and it doesn't really impress compared to, like, Super Mario Odyssey. That's like a whole nother game compared to this, and it doesn't really advance the New Super Mario Bros. Series in a huge way. I've decided to give New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe a 7 out of 10. Just because it's a great game. It's probably the best 2D Mario experience other than Super Mario Maker 2 on the Nintendo Switch, and if you ever maybe pick it up used, then maybe that's a better price for this game, but overall, I don't really see the full price justification. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. Anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.